All right, guys and girls. I just looked it up. It seems that we have actually the patch notes for version 1.2.1. So we have, of course, the new character, DLC character Galleon has been added as a playable character. Galleon has been added as a premium avatar for the lobbies, of course. Music track, weapon, badges, trophies, everything new. We already know that stuff. We have the introduction video that is 8 minutes long. It's also available on YouTube. We have, and yeah, Galleon character guide, of course, is available. So then we have the menu. That is something that they said about. I just briefly touched it if it really comes down to it. So basically, a quick menu has been added to the main menu. Players can swap between the main menu and the quick menu at any time. Players can add their favorite game modes to the quick menu so they can easily access the features they use most. The background image for the quick menu can be set to an image that has been unlocked in the journal. That is actually really cool. Talked about it briefly. Love it. The online lobby. Added the option to play in training mode while waiting for an opponent. Players can now access training mode from any of the standby stations in the online lobby. I hope that actually includes all stations. That would be fucking amazing. Replays. Added opponent character as a filter option. Added a filter option for custom versus range. This is something we already know. We've seen it. We've gone over it. That's the profile stuff. Added the option to view unlock requirements of unobtained trophies, badges, and card designs on the edit profile card menu. That's really cool. If you want to have a badge or something, you don't know where you get it from. You just look it up in the game. Added an option to directly remove profile badges from the edit profile card menu. Free edition players cannot remove the default free edition badge from their profile. As a reason. Added the option to view all characters versus ranks from the ranked match records tab. Oh, I need to look into this as soon as the patch is online. We need to look into this. A notification will be now displayed on the main menu upon unlocking new trophies, badges, card designs, and character illustrations. That's cool. Then we have the store and rupee shop changes. The following items have been added to the rupee shop. Character colors, Galleon character number 5 to 11, character color number 25 at 22 for 5 characters originally obtainable from Battle Pass Round 3. Weapon skin, Galleon weapon skin 2 and 9 or 2 to 9, weapon skin number 10 for 4 characters originally obtainable from Battle Pass 3. Then character illustrations, Galleon original version, character illustration for 3 characters originally obtained from Battle Pass 3. Lobby avatars, Daikoku Fuwa, stage music, 2 music tracks originally obtainable from the Battle Pass Round 3. Card designs, Battle Pass, 4 Battle Pass cards originally obtainable from Battle Pass 3. Special content, Seok's Sin Redeemer, a Sinborn Redeemer, and unlock character Galleon. Also available for purchase on each platform's respective stores. That is what we know. All right. Training mode. Punish training has been added to the training menu. This feature allows players to practice punishes against particular skills and matchups without having to manually use the record function to set up training situations. All right. That includes basically all characters. The recommended punish may not work for all characters. New punishes are planned to be added in subsequent updates. All right. So for the time being, it seems like we have a plethora of some characters available that we need to retrain about. That means we have an easier time to pick up the game, especially for newcomers. These have a way easier time to pick up the game now. And keep in mind, 61% off. Why are you waiting? We're waiting on you. So yeah, amazing change, amazing feature. I'm looking forward to it. Ranked matches. The ranked matches point system has been reworked, please. Yeah, we already went over that. Granblue's points have been added. Yeah. Players can collect points to unlock new rewards. Oh, sorry. Various new items have been added as Granblue's point rewards, bug fixes, and other changes. So Steam only fix an issue where pop-up messages displayed incorrectly story mode rewards for transferring save data from the previous game, Granblue Fantasy Versus. Steam only fixed an issue where reporting a player directly from their profile card would sometimes cause the game to become unresponsive. Never had that. Okay. Oh, this is only for German. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 fixed an issue where the Vesusia purchase bonus serial code on the blah 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 blah. I don't care. Fix an issue where the free edition where players would be able to set DLC characters they didn't have access to as star characters on their profile. Well, okay, that's interesting. Fix an issue in training mode where players couldn't access the combo practice menu while on the standby for an online match when playing ranked matches for the first time. Okay. Fixed an issue in Shark of the Glory where the enemy HP would sometimes increase if players restart anywhere other than at the beginning of the stage. Fixing and okay, this is just like very many fucking issues. Okay. Battle and character adjustments. Summary of changes. Building up the adjustments made in version 2.0, the primary goal was for the update to go further and refine and balance the risk and reward aspects of gameplay, while focusing on making individual adjustments to characters that didn't get large changes in the last patch. Alright, multi-hit normal attacks. Multi-hit normal attacks executed immediately before the combo limit is reached, no longer trigger combo limit with the second hit onwards. That is a good change. Universal adjustments, jumping attacks performed during the rising portion of a jump no longer hit crouch blocking foes. Ha! 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 They got rid of fucking rising fuzzies, bro. This is an intended as response to a so-called fuzzy attacks. Despite being a high-level technique that only worked in specific instances, they would create situations where it would be hard to tell why a hit landed, making it difficult for the opponent to understand how to respond. On top of it, this is the payoff greatly different. On top of this, the payoff greatly differed from character to character, which had been making adjustments over time and to try and mitigate their effect on the gameplay. But we finally made the drastic decision to completely remove them from the game. Yes! Fuck you, Fairy! That's a big fuck you, bro. That's a fucking big fuck you, bro. Oh my god. They've listened. I didn't even need to say anything. Oh my god, they've listened. Fairy's jumping L was specifically designed as an overhead attack to open up foes and is an important part of a toolkit, and thus it's unchanged. Oh wait, fuck. They've made this as an exception. Fuck you, Fairy. Okay, technical inputs. Fix an issue where whiffing the following character skills in mid-air would cause the next skill to deal additional technical input damage even when performed with simple inputs or cancelled into it. Grimnir, Windcrest, Cagliostro, Mayhem, Spare Body, Sheox, Gate of Demons, and La Diva, Leg Drop of Adoration. All right. Oh, those are the character. Oh, okay. Summary of changes. La Diva. Adjustments have been made to La Diva's throw-based skills and skills tied to her neutral game. Despite being a grappler character, her primary countermeasures often relied on strike-based attacks. To expand her options both offensively and defensively, the startup of El Jewel Resort Screwdriver has been reduced to 5 frames, and the throw range for the U version has been adjusted to match that of the L version. Okay, there's a buff straight up. The slow start for L and M Elegant Lariat makes it difficult to use effectively while applying pressure during rushdown. While the startup remains unchanged, both the travel speed and distance have been increased. This adjustment makes it easier for her to counter backstabs and dodges, allowing her to more effectively restrict her opponent's movement options. Yeah, we saw that basically in the gameplay, right? As they explained it. No shit. To help the counter projectiles, the projectile invulnerability window for M and H Headbutt of Love has been extended. Additionally, the amount of SBA gauge gained when negating a projectile has been increased. Oh, that's fucking sick. Finally, the damage for L, M, and H versions of Devoted Body Slam has been increased. Yeah, we saw that. That's also one thing. And now benefits from the buff provided from performing work the crowd after landing a Jewel Resort Screwdriver. Yeah. So, let's see. Skill name, close range activation distance. The distance from which the opponent could perform close range attacks on La Diva mid-air was shorter when she was grounded. So they now share the same activation distance. As a result of this change, attacks that are within close range of grounded La Diva will be continued to be close range even if she jumps. Startup has been this is crouching. Crouching U. That's the trip, right? It's basically her trip attack. Startup has been reduced. La Diva now comes to a stop more quickly. Travel distance has increased very slightly as a result of this change. Vertical hitbox has been expanded forward. Okay. Dash H. Counter hit window for follow-up attacks has been extended. Oh. Jewel Resort Screwdriver. Startup has been reduced from 7 frames to 5 frames. We already talked about it. Ultimate version's throw range has been extended. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh my god. This is a 50-50 character more and more, becomes more and more evil grappler. Work the crowd, landing a Jewel Resort Screwdriver, leg drop of Adoration, or Devoted Body Slam will no longer cause the damage buff to end. The damage buff to end. Okay. Damn it. Light and mid leg drop of Adoration can now throw mid-air blockings for... What? Ultimate leg drop of Adoration forward throws range has been extended. Okay. Headbutt of Love, all versions except Ultimate. SBA gauge gain upon negating a projectile has been increased. Headbutt of Love, projectile invincible. Yeah, we already talked about it. This is basically... Oh, they also buffed the frames. From 23 frames up to 33 frames, down to 10 frames up to 33 frames. So the maximum frames is still the same. They just made it faster. Oh, no, wait. The invincibility on projectiles, they've increased that. All right. Okay. And then the heavy version for 10 frames up to 22, and then from 9 frames to 20, and 1 frame to 20. Oh, fuck. That one is actually projectile invulnerable for the entirety. What the hell? The ultimate one, startup has been reduced from 10 to 22 frames down to 60. Oh my god. Invincibility now lasts until the last active frame. Total invincibility time is unchanged. Is now blockable. That's a good downside. You can't... Before you couldn't block it, now you can block it. That is actually really good in my honest opinion. Advantage on block is now -4. That doesn't help Vaseraga in any fucking shape form. You just need to spot dodge it in hopes that you don't get hit. Spacing after block has been increased after a result of this change. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, Elegant Lariat. Speed and distance has been increased during the final frames. The same goes for M. The ultimate version upward when... Oh yeah, hitbox has been expanded upward, means she will have an easier time to hit opponents who are jumping right now when she is ready, when she's basically getting to your face. Not a good choice. I don't like that. Devoted Body Slam, all versions. Now receives a damage buff from Work the Crowd. Damage increased by 5. What? Travel distance has... Alright, okay. Yeah. From 1000 to 1500, the mid version does now 2500, and the heavy version does now 2000 to 3000 damage. Actually, 1500, 2500, and 3000. Basically the same numbers that Vaseraga has. Devoted Body Slam ultimate input buffer window when into from a heavy dual resort screwdriver or heavy leg drop of adoration has been increased. Maximum love bomb. Throw range has been extended. The shape of love damage when used outside of a combo has been increased by 400. Okay. The big boy. Oh my god. I want to see what they have changed. Where's the end of the text box? Okay, here. Can I make it a bit smaller? 9. Here it is. I don't want to see the changes. I haven't read them, so keep that in mind. The big boy. Vaseraga changes mainly center around Soulforge's role in neutral game. Up until now, it has been a single-use buff, but it has caused it to primarily be used with abilities, leaving its potential to provide armor to Vaseraga charged normals by the wayside. As such, we have changed it to operate on a gauge-based system so that it can be utilized more effectively. Since this change makes it easier to maintain Soulforge buff, and also lets Vaseraga reapply Soulforge while it's still under its armor effect, we've shortened its hitbox in the interest of balance. This change makes it so absorbing long-range pokes no longer cost the opponent to get hit, avoiding and creating a loop-sided pressure situation. We have given also Vaseraga multiple buffs to his normal attacks. Far-standing M now travels forward on actuation. We saw that also in the stream, right? Improving his mid-range shred range. To balance this, we've also reduced its active frames and increased its recovery. Okay, makes sense. In order to improve the ability of players to capitalize on close-standing heavy, its hit stun on counter has been increased by 4 frames, allowing for easier connections into easier connections into high damage follow-ups, since the charged version did not provide that much advantage, not even on hit. So we have adjusted it to cause crumble on counter hit, and it decreased the foe's hit stun on counter by 12 frames. Yes! Yeah! Oh my god. As for far-standing age, we've significantly increased its mid-air stun to improve its combo potential. Oh my god! Oh thank god! For fuck's sake, they've heard my pleas! The L and mid version of Battalions of Fear in Clan's Tackle had their startup reduced, making them more proactive tools for punishing whiffed attacks and even poking. Yes! The H version has had the travel distance of the first tackle increased to make it easier to confirm during the combos, while the ultimate version has had its pushback adjusted to leave Vaseraga at the same distance from the foe regardless of whether they blocked the first or second hit. Alright. Oh my god. Close range activation distance. The distance from which the opponent could perform close range attacks on Vaseraga mid-air was shorter than when he was grounded. So they now share the same activation distance. So it's easier. As a result of this change, attacks that were within close range on grounded Vaseraga will continue to be close range, even if he jumps. Now, oh fuck, let's go. Oh my god. Okay, far standing M. That's the mid attack. Now travels forward on activation and forward hurtbox prior to activation has been expanded. Expanded hurtbox forward during startup frames. Active frames have been reduced from 6 frames to 3 frames. That's completely fine. Recovery has been increased by 3 frames. All right, we know that. They said they need to adjust something, right? It's kind of that stuff. Why am I looking there? I need to look here. Mid-air hit stun has been increased 20 frames to 30 frames. That's so fucking good. Oh my god. Mid-air lateral knockback has been reduced. This change is intended to make it easier to follow up with skills such as L Battalion of Fear. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, for fuck's sake, bro. Bro, my dreams came true. Not in that matter that I actively believed in, but bro, that was a fucking good boss. Ah. Counter hit stun has been increased by 4 frames. That means from 22 frames up to 26 to make it easier to combo after that. That's so fucking good, bro. Close, standing, heavy. Oh, that's so fucking juicy. Counter hit stun has been increased by 4 frames, 12 frames to 16 frames. Now, close standing charged version of heavy. They've doubled the frames. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, they fucking doubled the frames. Oh my god. People will play fucking Vaseraga and now he's actively brain dead. The character is now actively brain dead. What the hell? Side games. Counter hit now causes crumble state. Oh, that's so bad. Recovery. Okay, this is the far standing heavy. Recovery has been reduced by 7 frames, changing frame advantage from -15 to -8 frames. All right, that's completely fine. Mid-air stun has been increased around fucking 34 frames? Bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to lap that shit. Oh my god, this is cranked. 60 frames? I'm pretty sure very far away you have better options, actual right now options. You could do like far tackle or heavy tackle or something. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Oh, anti-air for light. Wait. Yeah, this is changed to make it easier for follow-up skills with such as Battalion of Fear. That's true. Yeah, I forgot it. Counter hit. Hit stun has been increased by 4 frames. Originally 34 frames, now 38 frames. Okay. Dash heavy. What? Launch height has been increased? Oh my god. They've made Vaseraga broken. I mean, making it easier for him to punish and you know, get options from the heavy stances and heavy attacks. The launch height has been increased. That means you have easier option. Like, absolutely, the hit doesn't actively stop you from doing nothing. I think you can now fit in at least a 2M or a 2L because you're launching upwards. Oh my god. Soulforge standing 8. Soulforge standing U. Hitbox while Soulforge is already active has been shortened. We saw that, right? This change makes it so absorbing long-range pokes and longer causes no... Wait. Absorbing long-range pokes no longer causes the opponent to get hit. Soulforge Gauge. A Soulforge Gauge has been added below the SBA Gauge. Soulforge will now stay active as long as there is still Gauge. Using a skill that gains armor from Soulforge will cause the Gauge to begin depleting. The following actions causes the Gauge to deplete by additional 20%. Any action that gains armor from Soulforge, absorbing a hit. Okay, what does that mean? Okay. Battalions of Fear startup has been reduced from 19 frames down to 16. That is a faster move. Battalion of Fear mid version from 26 up to 22. This is the just tap the button versions, both of them. At least on mid version, I think. Battalion of Fear heavy version. Travel speed and distance have been increased for the initial tackle. Pushback and block has been increased. This only impacts the foe's travel distance, so distance on block in the corner is unchanged. Wow. You get less punished doing this in the midfield? Ultimate Battalions of Fear. Pushback when blocking the second hit has been reduced when the first hit whiffs. Okay. So then you can punish ultimate better. That's the thing. Heavy Savage Rampage. Startup has been reduced from 15 to 14 frames. It comes out 1 frame further, easier and faster. Sweeping Slash. Light or mid combat is the follow-up version that I do always with stance, right? For those who don't know, Savage Rampage is the stance. And I always try to do the light swipe, the aerial swipe, or the anti-aerial swipe, or if my opponent walks back and I see it, catching him off guard with that, with the ground sweep. So, startup has been reduced from 15 to 14 frames. We talked about the rampage, that is fine. Recovery has been reduced by 4 frames, changing the frame advantage from -10 to -6. Crushing Strike. Lateral knockback has been reduced. This change is intended to make it easier to follow up mid-air hits. Okay, so that is an actual Vaseraga overhaul, what we got. I'm not sure how I should feel about this. Our changes to Beelzebub's focus around strengthening his neutral game by making it easier for him to utilize his projectiles and high jumps. This mainly consists of improvements to his mobility and reductions to the startup for his moves. Several of his abilities have also had their hit and block stun adjusted. Mobility-wise, we've extended his forward high jumps travel distance to distinguish its use its use cases from his normal jump. This should make it easier for Beelzebub to perform aerial offensives. Okay. Mid-black flies had a slow startup and travel speed. And it was often stuffed outright by a foe's attack before it could come out. So we've improved it in both respects. Additionally, we have reduced the time it takes to change the charge L version and M versions to shorten the window in which a foe can interrupt them. Furthermore, all versions of Karma have had their frame data adjusted. Until now, it has been difficult to judge Karma's frame data advantage because its variability at different distances. But we have standardized the numbers on hit and block to the same at every distance. Of particular note is the light version, which with its reduced startup, it can now be incorporated into combos and certain situations, improving those combos' damage potentials. Finally, we have expanded Unisonic's follow-up, mid-Unisonic's follow-up possibilities on hit or counter hit, allowing for combos even at mid-screen. Ah yeah, this is what we saw. High jump reduced. Jump height has been reduced. Forward high jump travel distance has been increased. Black flies startup has been reduced from 31 frames to 26 frames. This is the light version. Then the mid version projectile speed has been increased due to an issue where multi-hit projectiles would pass through after clashing, even if Black Fly still had its hits remaining. Black Flies now stays in place after a clash until its hitbox returns. Okay. Black Flies, no charge. Startup has been reduced from 38 to 31. It got a speed buff. Recovery has been increased by 6 frames, means you take longer. Combined with those above startup adjustments, total frames have been changed from 75 per frame. Oh, they took it down basically in general. Okay, that's nice. Hit block stun has been adjusted. Frame advantage on block is unchanged. Okay. Black flies charged. Frames required to charge they have been reduced by 18 frames from 51 to 33. Okay, recovery has been increased from 6 frames. Combined with the above startup adjustments, total frames have been changed from 77 frames to 65 frames. Hit and block stun have been adjusted. Startup has been... Oh, this is the mid version fully charged. Startup has been reduced from 83 frames to 65 frames. The move is in general faster. Recovery frames has been increased by 6 frames. It totals then to 90 frames in general. Hidden block stuns have been adjusted. Framed advantage on block is unchanged. That is, in my honest opinion, a good choice. Because I feel like... yeah. I mean, if it's faster, does it mean it travels faster too? Or not? I'm not sure. Black flies, heavy. Due to an issue where multi-hit projectiles would pass through after clashing, even and blah 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 blah. After clash, hit until the hitbox returns. Black flies ultimate. The initial swing now pushes towards Beelzebub on hit, making it easier to follow up. Yeah. That was the initial hit, and the second hit is then basically the U flies. Okay, that's what we also saw. Karma Light startup has been reduced by from 25 frames to 21. Frame advantage has been standardized. +2 frames on block, +26 frames on grounded hit. Ooh. So you need to spot dodge that shit now. Mid Karma startup has been reduced from 40 to 34 frames. Frame advantage is the double amount basically, and then +5 mounts on grounded hits. Yeah. Heavy version +2 and 26 grounded hits standardized. Unisonic mid-air hit recovery has been reduced by 41 frames, 60 frames to 19 frames. Launch height has been increased and lateral knockback has been reduced. Unisonic M now causes ground bounce. If it hits. Okay, that's cool. One aspect of Nier's gameplay is that death, if death it disappears after Nier performs a combo that consumes Love's redemption stacks, some of its required death can be resummoned. Our balance changes for Nier Dispatch focus around improving the rate at which she recovers Love's redemption stacks. The recovery speed of Love's redemption gauge is now speeds up after a fixed amount of time passes. We've also added several new methods to recover gauge, withstanding you and jumping you without death, now recovering the same amount of gauge on block as on hit. To compensate for those buffs, we've reduced death's travel distance on whiff during heavy ominous turn. In terms of other balance changes, we have reduced the startup of far standing M from 10 frames to 9 frames, reduced the knockback on U misfortune to make it easier to continue pressure afterwards. We've also increased Love's redemption gauge recovery speed after World of Death and Love, reducing the amount of HP required for gauge recovery and time before death can be resummoned. Love's redemption gauge now recovers slowly at first and then speeds up after time has passed. Death no longer disappears after throw breaking if she was in the middle of an attack. She will return to a standby state. Okay. Far standing M. Startup has been reduced from 10 frames to 9 frames. Love's redemption standing no charge. Gauge recovery has been increased. Gauge recovery on block has been increased to match that of on hit. Same stuff here. Gauge recovery on block has been increased to match that on hit. Oh, we already had that. Why they put it down here twice? Pain. Jumping without death. Gauge recovery has been increased. Gauge recovery blocks increased. Oh, it's the same thing. Fatal Waltz, all versions. Hitbox has been expanded on hit or block, making it harder to whiff in the middle of the skill. Light and mid versions of Misfortune mid-air recovery has been increased from 18 to 25 frames. Oh, thank God. Misfortune combo starter follow-up version. Total frames have been reduced from 61 to 52 frames. When used as a starter, changing frame advantage from -5 frames to +10. Oh, fuck. Oh my God, this is something I need to lab. Misfortune close range lateral knockback at the final hit has been reduced, reducing the distance between players and increasing frame advantage. Misfortune without death, close range lock-on range has been reduced. Ominous turn. Death's travel distance has been reduced when whiffing. Death now has a stop after the 4th active frame, reducing travel distance. Death reversed. Startup has been reduced from 19 to 18 frames. Hit on block and stun death of the foe have been increased by 1 frame. Klagen Totentanz. That doesn't make any... Oh my God. It's either called Klagender Totentanz or... no, it's actually only called Klagender Totentanz. Screen darkens 2 frames earlier, changing first active frame from 16 to 14. Okay, that's... she's generally buffed here. World of Death and Love. Love's redemption gauge recovery speed has been increased, reducing time required before death can be resummoned. HP required to recover gauge has been reduced as a result of this change. Vayne. With Vayne, we had no clue what we were basically doing. So in other words, we tried something and we will see in the near future if it actively works out. However... Sorry. However, it's some particular difficulty in dealing with dash and jump attacks. So we've increased its duration, and the other range had a nullifies with the aim of increasing its usability. Breakthrough is a counter-attack move with super armor properties, but since the super armor disappeared when Vayne started the attack animation, it would often get interrupted by continued pressure, making it ineffective at its intended purpose. As such, we have extended the super armor to be active during the attack animation and adjusted it so that Vayne can follow up into a combo after a counter hit. In addition to extending the ground version of Energy Destruction's forward hitbox to improve Vayne's reach, we've also adjusted the mid-air version to a 2-hit combo move. This should make it easier to hit confirm and follow up into a combo with a move such as jumping you. The startup has been reduced and the damage increased. It was difficult to follow up heavy arm destruction after a successful hit, so we've reduced its lateral knockback on hit to make it easier to connect into close standing M. The M and U versions of Wildbeat have had their travel distance increased to improve Vayne's reach. Note that as a result, this has also made them more easily punishable on block. Oh, thank God, I needed that. Jumping you, mid-air counter now plays counter animation, can be cancelled during downward swing on hit. Breakthrough. Damage has been increased from 1000 to 1500. Armor no remains until the end of the attacks animation. Grounded hits now cause ground bounce and now are recoverable. Counter hits as a recoverable, but also can be followed up. Travel speed and distance have been increased. Travel speed and distance have been increased for Wildbeat, as also for the mid version. The alt version, Wildbeat, English. All right. The finishing blow that only activates on hit has had its hitbox expanded vertically upward, causing the finishing blow to activate if the flurry of the strikes hits high. Okay. Arm destruction heavy. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Light heavy energy destruction forward hitbox has been expanded. Mid-air energy destruction all versions now has a 2-hit hitbox during the failing animation prior to landing. Mid-air energy destruction damage has been increased from 1400 to 1700. First active frame has been made earlier, from 32 to 29. Mid-air version damage has been increased from 1500 to 1800, and they also buffed it by 1 frame. Heavy version from 2000 to 2300. First active frame has been made faster for 1 frame. Mid-air energy destruction damage has been increased from 2000 to 3100. Oh my fucking God. One for all. The shield now has become slightly transparent when Vayne approaches it. The shield is now larger. The shield hurt box has also been expanded as a result. Ooh. Why? Light one for all. Counter hittable window has been reduced from 18 frames to 22 frames, from 40 by 18 frames. Sorry, my mistake. That means 40 frames down to 22 frames. Duration has been increased from 180 frames to 210. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, alright. Travel distance is unchanged. One for all, counter hittable window has been reduced from 6 frames down to by 6 frames from 40 to 34. Duration has been increased from 180. Okay, this is all over across the board. All right. Oh my God, I fucking hate Vayne. Okay, Beatrix, nerfs. I only want to see nerfs. Our changes to Beatrix focused around rebalancing the parts of her kit that offered too much reward, as well as those which were difficult to find use for. Her unique action, Nothing is Forever, left a foe too far for the Beatrix to continue a developed offense. We've reduced the distance it leaves between her and the foe, which should give her a smoother time of keeping up the pressure. We have reduced the hit stun on counter hit for L riding free, meaning it no longer combos. To compensate, we have buffed Light Thunderbird by increasing its initial speed and travel distance, as well as making it possible to combo if the second hit counter hits on a grounded opponent. Okay, the second hit and the onwards of the heavy and U version of Riding Free. Sorry. Can now be blocked standing. Oh my god, that makes it so much easier. Oh my god, how did I miss this? And the heavy version has had its recovery increased to make it easier to punish. They've heard the pleas. The ultimate version wall bounce distance on the final hit has been increased to allow for increased combo potential. Finally, the lateral knockback on the final hit of U Emberask sword has been increased when at close range to prevent Beatrix from switching places with the foe after the hit. Nothing is forever. Distance from the foe after a successful throw has been reduced. Okay, we read that. Star Chaser. Grounded close range now launches foes. Star Chaser. Oh, that was the projectile. Close range counter hit. Hit stun has been reduced by 4 frames. Oh, she can't. This change intends to prevent reductions to the follow-up window after a counter hit. Lateral knockback of the projectile third hit has been reduced. Wow. Emberask sword. Close range. Lateral knockback on the final hit has been increased. This change is intended to prevent Beatrix from being able to switch places with the foe. Thunderbird. Startup travel time speed has been increased, increasing travel distance. Hitbox has downwards kick. Hitbox on the downward kick has been expanded downward, preventing Beatrix from jumping over crouching foes. Grounded counter hit. Second hit now causes crouching state. The pushback on block for the second hit has been increased. Okay, riding free mid version, counter hit. Hit stun has been reduced by 4 frames, changing frame advantage from +6 to +2. Oh my god, that's just such a big difference, actually. Oh, god. That's way better than +6 because she was unpunishable by this bullshit. Counter hit on hit stun has been increased by 4 frames, changing from advantage from 6 frames up to 10 frames if you hit it, if you connect it. The second hit onward on hit high, this is the heavy version, recovery has been increased by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage from -6 to -8. Finally fucking punishable. Knockback has been adjusted for grounded hits. This has the impact on the follow-up window, but the follow-up window for anti-air hits may slightly increase as a result. There's a discussion. I'll go back to them later. Riding free, the second hit onward on hit high. Okay, wall bounce rebound has been increased for the final hit. Okay. Vesusia, I think Vesusia is the last character that changed, right? The heavy version of Vesusia abilities were overshadowing her other options in her neutral game, so we've brought them slightly back in line while buffing the rest of the kit. Standing L has a poke to prevent foes' approaches was too strong, so we've shortened its hitbox and reduced its clash level. That was seeable. Her unique action, Celestial Strike, often led into lengthy, highly damaging ground combos, while her abilities cooled down, so we've changed it into launching foes. In compensation, we've adjusted mid-Samsara frame data to ensure it can be smoothly followed up into a Celestial Strike. Okay. Deadly Flare was seeing persistent usage as a poke and neutral tool to its large lock-on range. So we've reduced that while extending the lock-on range and reducing the startup of the mid version to improve its usability. Similarly, we've reduced the active frames of Anitia to curb its space control potential while extending the active frames of the mid version. We have also adjusted mid version the mid version by increasing its total active frames and adjusting its travel speed. It now begins slow but gradually accelerates. This should make it more useful for Vesusia's neutral game rather than just her combos. Okay, dash. The delay before Vesusia can block after dashing has been increased from 15 to 26 frames. Wow. Standing L. Downward hitbox has been shortened. Clash level has been reduced. Okay, this is crouching M. Upward hurtbox has been shortened. This change is intended to rectify the fact that Vesusia's hurtbox after activation was slightly higher than the other characters. Ouch. Dash. Dash speed after the first 21st frame has been equalized. As a result, travel distance has been increased when executing a dash 6XL during the frames of 21 and 23, and has been reduced when executing from a 24 and onward. Mid dash speed has after the 21st frame has been equalized. Travel distance when executed from a frame 21 and onwards has been increased. Okay. Dash speed or dash heavy. Dash speed after 21st frame has been equalized. Travel distance when executed from 21 and onward has been increased. Okay. Jumping M. Anti-air. Launch height has been reduced while lateral knockback has been increased. This change is intended to make it easier to follow up with skills such as use Samsara. Okay. Mid-air hit recovery has been increased from 18 to 25 frames. Jumping heavy. Anti-air lateral knockback has been increased. Ooh. Celestial Strike. Grounded hits now launches to foe. Recovery increased by 8 frames, changing the frame advantage from +4 to -4. That shit is now minus on block. Oh shit. Oh fuck, so you cannot just spam that shit. That's hard. Deadly Flare. Startup has been reduced from 29 frame to 25 frames. That's good. Forward tracking range has been increased, causing it to now hit foes at maximum range. That is ridiculously good. Deadly Flare. This is where they've changed it. Basically, your mid flare doesn't have as much usage as your heavy flare. So therefore they said, fuck it, we changed the properties around. Nimbus. Lateral knockback, like the heavy version, lateral knockback has been increased. I'm not sure why, but they would have their reasons. I think it has to do with the combo in the combo trial, because the combo trial doesn't work properly. You have like a very specific time window to activate the heavy attack. Samsara mid. Startup has been increased from 18 to 22 frames. This change is intended to make it easier to follow up after Celestial Strike. Okay. Mid-air hit recovery has been increased from 23 frames down up to 35 frames. It's also 32 frames, not 35. 23. Lateral knockback has been reduced. Okay. Does it mean we have an easier time to actively use it as mid-combo or something? Anitia, projectile has been adjusted. The projectile now starts slow and then gradually speeds up. The active frames have been increased from 36 frames to 52 frames. Anitia, heavy. Active frames have been reduced from 60 frames to 36 frames. Yomotsu, projectile invincibility immediately after movement begins has been removed. Oh, wait, what? Strike throw invincibility has not been. Oh my god. Okay. Cataclysm. Projectile invincibility immunity immediately after movement begins has been removed. Strike throw wait, I'm on the wrong. It's basically they've changed it both. Elemental alignment input. Okay. Supreme Wings, Standing U, Sohar Wing Strike follow-up. Elemental alignment input has been adjusted in the following ways. Hitbox now also activates on button release. Can be used as a follow-up during hit stun with U into L, M, or into heavy. Okay. Related, battle-related bugs. All right. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's actually really good. Strange, but really good. Anyways, guys, if you like this video and want me to play the game more often, I mean, I'm playing it every day, almost every day, like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, especially, but I actively think I should stream more often, as also additionally Tuesday, just for the fun sake, and get more content done. Yeah, this is the changes of all the characters. My character basically borderline won the award for being now the most broken big body character in any video game history, but okay, who cares? I'm not sure what it means with the armor changes. I hope that's not too severe and not too problematic to use, but we will see in the future. Anyways, guys, I wish you good day, good night, good evening, whenever you watch the video. We'll see us again soon, very, very soon, with the Galleon release, with the new Vaseraga skin. And on top of that, yeah, we can only look forward to the future. They actively nerfed some stuff, they've buffed a lot of stuff, and made some stuff really strange. Anyways, I hope you had a great time. I hope you had a nice time to listen to me. I can read, and you can do that too. In the end, I think this might actively bring people more into what actually happens around the game rather than just straight up destroying the game, and make some stuff like, specifically, I think Beatrix nerfs were so mandatory needed. I'm happy for the nerfs. All right, see you until next time. Keep your eyes peeled because there's more videos coming this week. This is just the first one, and there's a lot of videos I want to release today and tomorrow and as soon as possible. Heavy Elite, over and out. Boy!